Hello? Okay. Yeah, we are from Colectivole. We are a migrant-based community here in Prague. We just want to remind that we also have a mobilization stand over here with Alternativa. So if you want to check out any of the great materials there, we can keep learning together. And yeah, okay. So now I start. In the shadow of rising far-right movements and the resurgence of fascism, we stand at a critical crossroads. The time to respond, resist, and reclaim our future is now. Today we stand here to reject the commodified liberal discourse surrounding International Women's Day that prioritizes individual freedoms over collective emancipation. This is a call to radical engagement, an invitation to grasp the roots of our struggles in hopes of reaching a just world through collective action. As neo-fascist and conservative reactionary forces consolidate around nationalist, neo-imperialist, anti-migrant, anti-women's rights, and anti-LGBTQ+ agendas, we call for an intersectional alliance to resist. We aim to build a decolonial, anti-racist, feminist project that not only stands against oppression, but also serves as a foundation for solidarity, resistance, and hope. This is not about adding new waves to feminism. It is about unearthing the deeply intertwined axis of oppression and rediscovering the historical roots of our fight for liberation. We must understand and use feminist practices as tools and strategies for radical social engagement. We must actively work against the instrumentalization and appropriation by neoliberal and colonial forces of feminist ideas. And reject pink and whitewashing of institutional feminism, which fails to acknowledge that the perpetuation of these inequalities is intrinsically linked to the capitalist economic system. The feminist struggle must not give in to protectionist and punitivist tropes of mainstream feminism, which infantilize and overprotect women and so-called minorities in aims of keeping us in roles of submission and impotence. Our movement cannot be called such if it does not include the voices and experiences of Muslim women, trans women, racialized women, sex workers, disabled, migrant women, queer women, and working class women. Today, we remember all of the women that have led us to this moment. Our grandmothers, our mothers, and our aunts. We remember are no longer with us, and those whose decision to fight pose or will pose a threat to their own existence. Our fight does not consolidate itself today, 8th of March, but it is an ongoing struggle of organization in the everyday. We will not stop until every woman, so-called minority, feels represented by a movement that calls for the social, political, and economic emancipation of bodies everywhere.
Okay, thank you, Ban. That was really beautiful. And yeah, so thank you for coming. And today I'm going to talk about the sterilization of Romani women. And I will take my time because it took us 40 years to get here to even bring it to public discourse. So. For nearly 40 years, Romani women in the Czech Republic were subjected to forced sterilization. The government created systemic structures to control the reproduction of Romani people. This was not long ago, just after the Czech Republic was occupied by fascist Germany. Yet in their policies, the Czech Republic mirrored the same oppressive actions they had suffered under the fascist occupiers. This should remind us a painful truth. Fascism and racism don't simply vanish, they adapt. And people will engage in mental gymnastics and make up excuses to justify their hate. Today we are witnessing the rise of fascism yet again. Make no mistake, fascist policies won't just harm some of us, they will devastate us all. But the most vulnerable will be hit first. Women, migrants, people of color, and the LGBTQ+ community. Romani migrants, Romani Muslim queer women, and others with intersect and marginalized identities will bear the worst of these consequences. This is why we must demand action. We cannot continue to ignore the scope of violence the Czech government has inflicted upon Romani communities, especially Romani women. It's time we acknowledge this history of collective generational trauma it has caused, not just with words, but with real actions. Intersectionality is resistance. It's understanding of the interconnectedness of our struggles. It's realizing that the true solidarity means standing up for the most marginalized among us. When we empower the most oppressed, we weaken the system that seeks to strip us of our fundamental rights. Our activism cannot remain confined to petitions or social media posts. It must extend to the real world, where systems of exclusion persist. We must challenge the structures that continue to marginalize Romani people in public spaces, whether it's the segregation of Romani children in schools, the discrimination in housing and employment, or the racial profiling by law enforcement. We must advocate for the inclusion of Romani voices in the policy making, demand justice for victims of forced sterilization, and push for to an end of racist policing that criminalizing Romani communities. Romani women are not just subjects of discussion. They must be listened to, engaged with, and respected. It's time to break the barriers between. It's time to break barriers between yourself and Romani community. Support Romani-led organizations, show up for the Romani protest, amplify Romani voices in feminist and human rights spaces, and confront anti-racist sentiments in your circles. It's also time for Romani men in general to step up. As a Romani man myself, I call to challenge the patriarchal structures within our own community. We must support Romani women and be active allies in dismantling the very systems that oppress us all. Romani men must not just be passive participants in the fight for justice. They must be vocal, supportive, and proactive in resisting oppression. The violence faced by Romani women has been ignored for too long. From forced sterilization to ongoing discrimination, their voices have been erased from public discourse. These women's suffering must be the center of all our movements. If your feminism does not include Romani women, it's not feminism at all. If your activism does not fight for Romani women's justice, it's not justice. We must break down the walls of indifference and make room for Romani voices to lead, to speak, and to demand what is rightfully ours. Our struggles are connected. Our liberation is bound together. We will not remain silent in the face of injustice. Our resistance will be not silenced. Free Palestine, free Ukraine, free Congo, free Sudan, power to Romani communities and to all marginalized.
Sorry, one last thing. Firstly, thank you very much to everybody that has been organizing this. It's been a very, very long time, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And then also just to say that it's Robin's birthday today, so happy birthday to Robin! Shout out to the Georgian protest. Shout out to the Georgian protest. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Robin. Happy birthday to you. Back to the organizer.
Thank you. Tak, nakonečně a poslední pejsku máme od Praha, já se jmenuji Cicka.